Dad said the second reason is the little word respect. Our teachers wore academic gowns or tunics that came to their waist. You knew the degree they held by the cut of the sleeve. And he said, and believe me, you didn't talk back to them. You know what the Bible says about respect? In Romans, the 13th chapter and the 7th verse, listen to these words. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. That verse spells respect. Adam and Eve had the problem of respect. Or rather their children, Cain and Abel. One brought the sacrifice that God required, and the other one said, I'll recognize God, but I'll recognize Him in my own way. And the Bible says that God did not respect the offering of Cain. Many teenagers today are not respecting God. They say, I'm going to do it my own way. I was asked one time what I thought was the great problem with young people. It's one simple little word in the book of Romans. There is no fear of God before their eyes. Respect. Believe me, teenager, when I say this, that respect will take you down the right road a long, long way. It's as natural as rain from heaven for a person to favor the person that has the right attitude, whether it's in the classroom or the shop. One of the little words that makes the big difference is respect. The final little R that teenagers said made the difference was the little word religion. Now I know this is where most people back off. And I know that some of you are saying right now, okay boy, here comes the commercial. Well, I want to go on record right now that I never apologized for the Bible. I never apologized for Sunday school, the church, and my personal faith in Jesus Christ. Now, I know everyone has his own philosophy of life. Solomon said that. He said, there is a way which seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. One of the books that Solomon wrote was the little book of Ecclesiastes. It's reasoning about life from man's point of view. I call it the merry-go-round book. Because the whole sum and substance is a very pessimistic picture. That man is born, man lives, man dies. And it's all vanity. And that's about the way it is in the merry-go-round. You get on, you go around. Child isn't satisfied with sitting on that horse and holding onto the brass pole, so what do you find them doing? Standing in the saddle, crawling around and sitting on the legs. But they get off where they got on, and they complain the ride was too short. That's about the way Solomon looked at life. He tried thrills. He said, I gave myself to enjoy pleasure. What are teenagers doing today? They're trying every thrill there is in the books, only to find out it doesn't really satisfy. In fact, it says in Ecclesiastes that the eye is not satisfied with seeing. We got colored TV, but it still isn't satisfying. Nor it says the ear filled with hearing. You ever go in a restaurant and watch kids put nickels in the Nickelodeon and then watch the reactions? Knocking their heads together like they got the rickets, you know? You can't understand it, it's going so loud and so forth, and they're wiggling and wobbling around and everything else, and yet they're not satisfied. And these disc jockeys say, here is a tune that is different. Solomon tried it all. Then he tried things. He said, I made me great works. Boy, we're living in a materialistic age. Listen, teenage fella, you got that automobile 6 months ago. The thrill's worn off.